Oh, I don't think this is an add-on to the last one. I don't think I finished that thought about when somebody's choosing not to take back the reins, not to love themselves, not to honor themselves, not to be in charge of themselves, not to make decisions that are benefiting and kind to themselves, but instead allowing somebody else to run their show, then again, you can only be around them for so long, because if you eat meat from a strangled animal, eat meat meaning you listen to what they have to say, you let it nourish you. It's not them that's nourishing you, it's whoever's in charge of them. And it's interesting, they had me watch this little clip. It was like a little skit, and it was a woman kissing that looked like this demon. And a woman came around the corner and saw this scene and was horrified and ran to go get the woman's husband and mother, and they ran out to see it, and they're like, oh my God. And the mother told the demon to go away, or cast out the demon, or something, and the demon vanished, and the woman was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, she didn't even know what happened. Well, the woman who saw the whole thing and ran to get the family and the whole thing involved, she wanted to stick around and hear the woman get punished by the husband and the mother and scold her. And they were like, this is a family matter. We'll take care of it. Thank you. You can go away. And the woman was like, oh, okay, and walked away, and then came back to listen. And they're like, no, we told you could go. And it became clear, and they left a lot of it up to your imagination at the end, but it was more or less saying the woman who, quote, ran across the situation and then ran to get the husband and then told on the wife, and the wife was going to get shunned out, was the one who conjured up the demon, was the one who set the whole thing up. She wanted to tear the family apart. She wanted the woman to be scolded. She wanted to tear a rift. And it's like, you got to be careful who you listen to, who's telling you what, when, and who's leading their ship. What's the real alternative? What's the real motive? Who's telling you what, when, why? Like, all these things, you have to be so careful who you're listening to, and who they're listening to, and who they're listening to, and who these people are surrounded by, and what their ulterior motives are. It's so shitty to think that we live in this kind of world and this kind of mentality. In my opinion, this is definitely not my ideal world to live in. To live in a world where, I think this is leading into quite a few things, because there was another clip they had taken me to where there was incidents happening in an airport or foreign countries where they're showing you how to be basically cold and mean. Like, people come up and, oh, can you hold my coffee a minute? They're like, don't ever do that. And like all these things where it's like, you can hear it on either end. On one end, you're like, oh my God, it's true. People are so slick and sly. Next thing you know, your fingerprints are on something, and there's drugs in the coffee, or like all this wild stuff that people do and conjure up and think of to have you harmed. It's like with intent to harm, to get you to in trouble, and you're just trying to be neighborly. And this kind of stuff's happening left, right, and center. And it's like, is this the world we want to live in? Is it? Because in the same breath, you can see people running around needing help, and your knee-jerk reaction is to go in and help, and you see those and we cheer them on. Thank God somebody went and helped. Thank God somebody did something. And then the next video you'll see, same thing, people interject and help, and then they die. And they'll say, see, don't ever interfere. You never know what's going on there. So we get these messages that are conflicting messages all the time, which is a beautiful thing for the puppet masters, because what does that do? It causes confusion and delusion, right? A divided house goes nowhere. It tears itself down, right? So if you can't get clear within, and we're having all these mixed signals without, we stay stuck and we stay stagnant. We don't learn, we don't grow, we don't love. We can't hear our intuition. We're confused between our intuition and our ego. We don't know up from down. And then when something bad does happen, we say, see, we can't trust our intuition. It's our ego wanting to run the show again. I mean, we're just so on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. And with everything speeding up, it's becoming quicker and more challenging for us to stay on or know what's on and what's off. Most of the time, people think they're on when they're off, and vice versa. And I think that's why they had me think of the Amish the other day. I kept thinking of like all the small towns or the Amish or like people who kept a simpler life and kept kindness in their heart and wanted to do, it's like wanting to do the right thing, meaning the kind, loving thing. They want to treat others how they want to be treated. And yet it's challenging in this world, isn't it? Because they keep flashing me handing somebody the coffee cup, right? Like it's like, of course you want to offer to help. If you needed help, you'd want somebody to help you. And yet, who you helping? And these are such innocent things. Like if you saw somebody who was standing next to you in line, you guys were talking the whole time, you're having a great conversation, everything was fine, and their phone starts ringing, and they're like, oh, can you hold this coffee for me a second? And they want to get in their phone to get something. That's all it takes. You wouldn't think twice about it. You were chatting with them. You're friends with them. You didn't think anything of it. It was your new friend you met and you're having a lovely conversation. Their phone starts ringing and they don't want to fumble everything. They ask you to hold the coffee. It makes total logical sense. You don't even bat an eye. Don't bat an eye. But then there's people out there who will train you in this scenario and tell you about and forewarn you about these people. So then you go out and you're weary of everyone. You're cautious of everyone, which could make you either the wisest person or the saddest because you stay so isolated and so fearful and you hold that fear and division in your body. So we're drinking that poison. I mean, this is the world we live in. And, sorry, we are just leaping all over the place. Then they had shown me somebody who has this massive estate and even has an airport on his estate. And I thought, who in the fuck needs that? Who in the fuck wants that? And yet I get it to a degree. I'm very private. I very much keep to myself. I have often said, boy, would I love to have a private jet or a private plane to pick up and drop off wherever I want to go, and I don't have to engage because it's so many bad energies all over the place that as you know, and so it's a lot for me. And so it would be really lovely to still be able to enjoy traveling and doing the things I want to do without that equation that is really detrimental to me. It's really slows me down tremendously. And so on one hand, I can understand it, but it was so massive. It was like, I couldn't fathom because it was set up where you really would never have to leave it. It was so massive. He had everything you could possibly ever want to leave your home to go do. You don't need to. It's all right there. But who wants to then be, it's almost like, are you keeping everybody out or are you trapped in there? Which is it? I'm not sure. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get to the point where I feel like a caged animal, where I can't enjoy the world. But I also get that the world has become a place where it's not as safe as it once was. People aren't as innocent as they used to be. And it's that fine line of not being naive, but also not being scared, right? It's like you don't want either end of the spectrum. You have to find that balance in the middle. And you can understand why people do what they do. I mean, the man clearly has billions of dollars. It's not an issue for him to have such a massive thing. But even if I had billions of dollars in the bank, I don't know that I would want to be set up that way. We've talked about this, in addition to the fact that even the thought of maintaining something like that is such a burden to me. Again, even if I had endless money in the world, that becomes a burden for me. It doesn't become like, I'm sure he looks at it like a luxury or a plus or a, that to me it feels heavier. It feels like a burden, of which I'm not interested in. So it is a fine line, but that's why it's different for everybody. That's why everybody gets to choose and everybody gets to decide. And I guess I wonder if we lived in a world where we weren't introduced or seeing the things we're hearing and seeing and being exposed to, would those same people still be interested in living in their caged fortress? Right? Like, are they doing it because they want to show off all these things, pride and ego? Or is it pride and ego out of fear and feeling the need to protect oneself and have everything at their fingertips and feel safe, caging themselves in? I'm sure he doesn't look at it like he's caging himself in. I'm just suggesting from an outsider's point of view, when you step back and look at the broader thing, it kind of is, right? It kind of is. It's like we've convinced ourselves it's convenient, and yet it's also keeping you put. Although he does have, I think, a runway or an airplane or a airport on his property or something like that. So, I mean, I suppose he can just get up and go wherever he wants, whenever he wants. But I mean, I guess that is lovely, because then maybe it's an ability to have selected. It's like a selected world for him, which is lovely. I mean, that is lovely. That aspect, hands down, is lovely. But it's also, I guess it's this idea of control, right? It's like, no, he can't control others. No, he can't control the airports. No, he can't control who comes and goes. And so, but I can control how I come and go. I can control getting my own airplane and airport and this and that. It's like taking the measures he can take to make himself feel more comfortable, which I understand. I do. I really do get that, because I too have that. I really do. I don't know if everybody gets that or not. If you're an empath, I don't need to say another peep. You totally get it. And the stronger your intuition is, the stronger your empathy is, the stronger, these things, and depending on many factors, it's really, you do have to do a lot of steps and measures before you can do a lot of things. Otherwise, you are susceptible to soaking up. So it's like, it ends up not being worth it. You've heard me say that many times, because it can take so much out of you from other people tossing their stuff, that you're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm happy in my home. So I get him saying that, and I'm home. I am a homebody like you wouldn't believe. But I do see my neighbors. I do hear people. I do look out the window. I'm laughing because it's kind of funny how much my life has changed over the years. And yeah, that is funny. But I'm thinking, like, in his home, he can look out the window all he wants. If it's not friends or families invited over, then he's seeing nothing, unless there's wild animals that are walking through his lawn. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there isn't any new activity. It's such a fortress on such a large lot of land that security guards may be walking across. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's not even getting enticed out of his house per se, right? It's not even necessarily the option. It's like, then it does become an even bigger production. And it's like, well, what's the motivation? He has everything he needs. Or he can have people come to him. It doesn't have the same, there's something right there that they want me to say. It's like, that was a big part of living in the city for years too, was I know I'm a homebody, but it also, living in the city and there's always something to do, it does allow me to always have that at my fingertips without it being a huge production, right? Without, it's like you get trapped in a fortress like that and you're somebody like me, you could get up the courage or get up the excitement or get up the desire to go do something, and you start to do it, and it's such a production that you're like, you know what? Fucking forget it. I'm over it. You get over it before you even get out of the fortress. It probably takes them 30 minutes just to get onto a main road. So it's like, well, fuck. And then how long to get to wherever else you're going? Fucking forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess we all just need to find our sweet spot. I'm still looking for mine. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.